Now at 10, crime scene cleanup under scrutiny.
I was here, I walked over this, and I was just shocked.
Tonight, why upset Minneapolis residents say more needs to be done. Plus, refugees welcome here.
The Minnesota company is trying to change a huge conversation in their own small way. I'll have the story behind this sticker coming up.
And recognition for a job well done. A Red Cross nurse receives honors for her dedication in times of disaster. Thanks for joining us. Julie's off tonight. A deadly shooting in North Minneapolis this week has nearby residents upset. They say it took several days for authorities to clean up the crime scene, forcing children to walk by a disturbing scene on the sidewalk. Adrienne Broaddus is in the newsroom with reaction tonight. Adrienne?
Randy, good evening to you. This happened near 34th and Fulton. I spoke with the assistant fire chief tonight, and he says there was no health risk to folks in that area. But at least one resident told us tonight this never should have happened. Balloons and flowers marked the spot of another teen killed by gunfire, Paul Falling. But Philip Murphy says there was another reminder of the shooting.
I was just shocked.
Residents in this North Side neighborhood never should have seen.
There was parts of this person stuck in the sidewalk. And to me, it was just bright red flash.
We aren't showing the graphic images Murphy uploaded on Facebook. He said he took pictures with his cell phone.
Yeah, lots of them. People walking their dogs through these areas shouldn't have to deal with that. Kids playing out here. Nobody should have to deal with human remains left in the street after a violent crime in North Minneapolis.
Looking at the pictures that were posted, it appears that an area may have been missed. So the fire department did respond and clean up the area.
Assistant Fire Chief Brian Tyner said Minneapolis firefighters spent 40 minutes washing the area Tuesday morning. He also said the department isn't required to clean up, but will assist when called.
But it didn't have anything to do with the part of the city it's in, or the neighborhood, or the constituents, or anything like that. We always try to provide the best service we can to all communities in the city of Minneapolis, regardless of where it's located.
We deserve better. Northside deserves better. There's no dignity in death in North Minneapolis, it seems.
Meanwhile, the chief said if a cleanup is indoors or requires more than what the fire hose can handle, the city will hire a professional biohazardous cleaning contractor. Randy?
All right, thank you, Adrienne. New at 10, authorities are investigating a crash on 694 that killed one person around 8 o'clock tonight. The State Patrol says the driver was going the wrong way when it hit a minivan at Labor Road in Vadnais Heights. The wrong-way driver was killed in the crash. Troopers have not released the victim's identity. St. Paul police are trying to determine if two different shooting scenes early this morning are related. On their way to one call, officers found a man on the sidewalk near 7th Street West and Smith Avenue. He's in the hospital with gunshot wounds. When police made it to the first call at a nearby apartment, they found two men shot to death. Eagan police say some interesting DNA evidence helped them solve an arson that damaged the city's historic town hall 2 years ago. Michael Damron and his brother Wynn Arvidsson are both charged with the crime. Prosecutors say the pair was upset with law enforcement and city officials over a 2007 theft ring investigation that focused on their family, so they set fire as revenge. Court records say one of the brothers defecated at the scene, leaving behind enough DNA for investigators to tie him to the crime. A search for their computers and surveillance system turned up conversations between the pair about building ignition devices and starting fires. New tonight, we're learning Hillary Clinton will visit Minnesota next Tuesday to lay out a counterterrorism strategy that will address the threat of domestic radicalization. The announcement comes as a Minneapolis man was ordered to stay in jail until his hearing next week on terror recruitment charges. Abdurizik Warsami is the 10th Minnesotan charged with trying to join the Islamic State. Court documents say Warsami tried to help the other men get to Syria to become terrorist fighters. An update to our top story last night. Minneapolis City Council members decided to withdraw their request for $650,000 for repairs to the 4th Precinct. The money was to make repairs and upgrades to the precinct after more than 2 weeks of protests. After first pushing for the money, the mayor and council members dropped their request when dozens of people spoke out against it. The council did approve $105,000 to speed up crisis training for officers. Heading outside, it's been a dry night after some rain this morning, but there's a chance we could see some more rain tomorrow. Belle is here now with our first look. Hi, Belle.
Well, hi, Randy. We have snow happening right now, so a little bit of winter happening on the north shore and the south shore of Lake Superior. This is what's left of the system that did give us just under 0.2 of an inch of rain today. Now, all eyes off to the west because the next system is going to move through all of northern Minnesota tomorrow, not affecting us other than we'll have some clouds off and on throughout the day tomorrow. So it should be snow in northern Minnesota throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures will be just cold enough. Here in the metro, we are going to be one more day in the 40s. That will be day 8 in a row. If you can believe it, we were at 47 today. Here are your weather headlines. We have snow north tomorrow. Then we have rain on Sunday here in the metro, not snow. We'll talk about that timing. And then it does get colder next week. We'll have all those details in just a few minutes. Randy?
All right, thank you, Belle. A second civil lawsuit was filed today against the Children's Theater Company and former teacher Jason McLean. The suit accuses the former actor and teacher of sexually abusing the unidentified plaintiff in 1984 when she was 15 years old. The first lawsuit, naming Children's Theater and McLean as defendants, was filed last week on behalf of 2 other women who say they were abused as children. For the second time in less than a week, there's been another attack against a teacher at a St. Paul school. This time, a St. Paul Journey student was arrested for punching a staff member in the face. A police report says the 13-year-old female student was booked into the Juvenile Justice Center and faces charges of 4th-degree assault, disorderly conduct, and making terroristic threats. Last Friday, a teacher at St. Paul Central High School was assaulted by a student after trying to break up a fight in the lunchroom. That incident was the 27th case referred to the Ramsey County Prosecutor's Office this year involving student-on-teacher violence. That number, by the way, has doubled since last year and has the teachers union considering a strike. Meanwhile, we've learned the St. Paul school system recently expelled a student for the first time in 6 years. A spokesperson says state law does not allow them to name the student, say what they did to be expelled, or say which school they were at. The decision came Tuesday during a closed-door school board meeting. The principal of Fargo North High School is defending his ban of a student's controversial yearbook photo. That photo shows Josh Renville holding a gun with the American flag in the background. The principal at Fargo North decided against the image, saying it violates the school's dress code and promotes violence. And even though the picture wasn't taken on school property, the principal says it also violates state and federal laws, which outlaw weapons within 1,000 feet of a school.
With regards to our policy, it's prevented from being in our school, and so therefore we believe that we can prevent it from occurring in our yearbook.
The principal likened it to a picture of someone smoking a cigarette. He says they would not publish something like that either. The Renville family is now considering appealing the decision. New tonight, a Twin Cities Red Cross volunteer is celebrating a prestigious honor with friends and family. Vonnie Thomas was recently awarded the Florence Nightingale Medal in Washington for her 65 years of service. Over the years, Thomas has responded to several large-scale disasters, including the terror attacks on September 11th, Hurricane Katrina, and the 35W bridge collapse.
I call it compassionate care. Just your presence. Sometimes when people are in difficulty, it's not what you say or do for them, it's just your presence, and they know that if you're a volunteer, somebody really cares about you.
Thomas says she plans to continue volunteering for as long as she is able. Still ahead at 10, congressional leaders respond to Donald Trump's proposal to ban Muslims. Tonight, a new poll shows where Americans from all parties stand on the controversial idea. Plus, refugees welcome here. A sticker with a small message receives overwhelming support. It is a non-binding amendment, but a wrist slap nonetheless for GOP presidential frontrunner Donald Trump. The Senate Judiciary Committee endorsed a measure today that says barring people from entering the country based on religion would be un-American. The vote comes after Trump said he would ban all Muslims from entering the U.S. Meanwhile, a new NBC Wall Street Journal poll shows 57% of all adults disagree with Trump's proposal. That's compared to 25% who agree. 75% of Democrats and 55% of independents oppose Trump's proposal. But views are mixed among Republicans. 42% of GOP respondents support Trump's ban, while 36% oppose it. In a time where immigrants and refugees may not feel welcome in some places, a small idea by a Twin Cities business is getting some big attention. Bua Zhang is here to show us what they're doing to make people feel welcome. Hi, Bua.
Hi, Randy. You know, I spoke with some owners of local business owners who, with their friends, have come up with a big idea.
There's just a tenseness, I feel like, in the air.
At Burlesque of North America, a design and print shop in Minneapolis, freedom of the press isn't just a saying, it's a virtue. So the owners didn't hesitate when their friend called with an idea.
We did this because we want people to feel welcome.
Veda Pratella lives in New York City now, but 19 years ago, she arrived in Minnesota, a new refugee escaping war-torn Bosnia.
A significant reason of why both my sister and I were able to integrate so well in American society was because of how warmly we were received.
Together, they wanted to help other refugees feel welcome too, so they designed a simple sticker stating just that. They printed 500 to give away to businesses, but that wasn't enough.
We ran through them in less than 24 hours.
Orders started pouring in from all over the world.
We had people contacting us from Massachusetts, Philadelphia, Nashville, all the way to Australia. We had people writing us from Paris, writing in French.
The message to them is clear.
Fear-mongering seems to be, the flavor of the day, and that's just not who I think most people are, they want to be, or they want the country to be a place like that. So, it just makes sense to say something else.
Something like, "You're welcome here." Something Mike Davis's wife, who immigrated from Laos, needed to hear when she came to America.
It would have helped her family when they came here to have positive, encouraging messages.
Positive is hard to find these days, but if you look hard enough, you'll see it.
Even seeing one small message can really change the way someone feels.
Local businesses like Glamdall Donuts have already jumped on board, and if you want your own sticker, you can buy them online for $2. That takes care of production costs, or you can print off your own for free. We'll have a link to that PDF on KARE11.com after the show. Randy?
All right, great idea. Thanks, Bua. All right, let's jump outside. Belle is out there in the backyard. Hi,
Yes, I am. And you know what? I have to say that the 7-day forecast part of it, not so good. The other part, better, but you can decide which way you think it is, because a lot of people just love this mild weather. Me, not one of those people. Let's take a look at what happened today. You know what? This is one of the reasons we want to thank the folks that are sponsoring the ski report that you will see every night here on Thursday evening and on Saturdays, even if we don't have a ton of snow. And these places are struggling to keep the snow. Next week, they'll be able to make some in the morning, because in the overnight, I should say, because they'll finally have temperatures below freezing. But as you can see, everybody just staying open with what they have, but it could get better, and it needs to get better. We did top out at 47 today. That was our 8th day in a row of 40-degree temperatures in December. So our normal high should be 29. The record is 54. So we're not breaking records, but this stretch is pretty remarkable. We had 1/1600 of an inch of rain today. It really came down today. So as we take a look at this 7-day, you can see we're in the 40s for 3 more days. That'll be 10 in a row. And then we drop into the 30s, and we have overnight lows in the 20s. So let's talk in particular about each and every day. We'll start with tomorrow. So tomorrow, as the clouds thicken up overnight tonight, we do expect snow in northern Minnesota tomorrow. So tomorrow during the day, there'll be some snow. That'll actually let us, the clouds will actually lift, and we'll see some sunshine off and on throughout the day on your Friday. When it comes to snow during the day tomorrow and into Saturday morning, there could be an additional 2 inches in Ely, 2 inches in Roseau, and 3 inches in Bemidji. And at the present hour, it is snowing on the North Shore. And then we get to Saturday and Sunday, and that system that we're watching for Sunday will be just a tad warm, our part of it, for any kind of snow. So we're calling for 42, cloudy skies Saturday, late evening rain on Saturday night, and then yes, it will be rain on Sunday. It'll mix to the north, but here in the metro, it will just be too warm. So here is the computer cast starting at 8 a.m. You watch this system. It's a pretty hefty system. Watch all of this rain come into Wisconsin. This is heavy rain into Madison. This is all rain here, and you can see we are on the northern fringe of this. So we'll get a few bands of rain coming through, and northern Minnesota will get some light snow. Then we move into next week and things get a little colder. We'll be at 35 on Monday with cloudy skies, and then the next system rolls in Tuesday night. It doesn't look like a big system, just a little clipper, but we will get some light snow because temperatures will be cold enough. So we do have snow moving in on Tuesday, and then flurries on Wednesday, and also flurries on Thursday. You notice the lows finally drop down into the 20s as well at night and in the 30s during the day. But the stretch of 40s, wow, 10 in a row. Pretty remarkable across the region. So there's your 7-day forecast. Now we've got, of course, Toys for Tots time. It has been a very productive week. Everything started out just about last Friday, so we're almost at 1 full week of Toys for Tots here at KARE 11, and we have Sergeant Grant joining us. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, ma'am. I'm good.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your service. You were saying there is an age group that you're still looking for.
Yes, ma'am. Ages between 8th and 15 through 15. I would ask of the donators to please support this cause. It's a good cause, and
yep,
it's been good. It's been a good day. We got tons of toys donated today. Just in the hour that I've been here, I saw at least 3 to 4 boxes being filled up. So that's a good look.
That is a good look. We
Yes,
do
ma'am.
appreciate that. Thank you, Sergeant Grant.
Yes,
now we have Mike Piro here. You're Mike right here, and
Yes.
you're from Hilltop Trailer.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. You guys have a bunch of little kids here and
Yeah.
everyone here. Thank you for coming out. And what did you guys do this year?
We this is our 3rd year collecting, and we had 2 overflowing boxes that they picked up today, and we also raised $1,000.
Wow, that's wonderful. So we can get some of those older kids with that $1,000,
Yes.
and we so appreciate. We got to show all the kiddos. They're up late tonight, past their bedtime to join us. So we do appreciate it. Now from Wells Fargo Commercial Banking, we have Adam Lundgren. How you doing, Adam?
Very well.
It's nice to have you here.
Well, thank you. We're here with a few of our team members representing the Twin Cities group of commercial banking for Wells Fargo. So we brought a check for $4,500,
Wow.
and we brought a truck full of toys.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, thank you so much for coming out. We so appreciate it. Thank you to Wells Fargo. Now we have Cleary Lake Veterinarian Hospital, and we have Christine Hardman.
Hi.
Are you Christine?
Yes.
How are you,
Hi,
Christine?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having us. Clear Lake is a full-service veterinary hospital located in Prior Lake. We see cats, dogs, and horses. And we're here tonight with our 4th year collecting for Toys for Tots. And this year alone, just in December, we've got 70 toys that we brought
70
tonight.
toys, that's great. And
Yep.
you know, this is kind of fun because, of course, veterinarians would bring horses and they would bring a doctor's kit and they would bring more horses. And oh, there it is. We got to have a Barbie as well and dogs. I love it. This is great. Well, thank you again. We've had so many great groups come out. We want to remind you that the tent is open from 8:30 to 10:30 until the 19th. It's a great place to bring the kids, and you can bring them in. They can meet a Marine. They can really realize what they're doing. Or if you don't have a lot of time for that, you can just swing by. They'll come out and take everything right out of your car. Well, Vikings are playing. The game is tight, and Perk will be back with lots of details. And we'll be back with more KARE 11 News at 10 in just a few minutes.
KARE 11 Sports from the Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine Sports Desk.
It wasn't as bad as some people suspected, but it certainly wasn't great. Vikings lose their 2nd game in a row for the first time this season. 3rd loss in 4 games, losing to the Arizona Cardinals tonight on the road. Just happened. Loss puts them a half game back in this division, and the Packers play the Cowboys this weekend. Congrats, though, to Adrian Peterson for his 100th career touchdown in this game. Former Cretin-Durham Hall standout Michael Floyd also got in the end zone tonight for Arizona, but this is almost an exact repeat of what happened in Denver to the Vikings. Well, the whole Minnesota sports in Arizona thing continues all weekend. Wolves play the Suns on Sunday, and tomorrow it's the Wild at the Coyotes. Wild will be without goalie Devin Dubnyk when they open the 3-game road trip. Darcy Kemper will start. Coyotes, usually a pushover, definitely present some challenges these days. Here's the bench boss.
The speed of their counterattack, the speed of the rush, speed on the forecheck, and obviously still, you know, the fact that they've got a lot more speed up front. I think that still a lot of that is more relevant because of the group of guys that they have on the back end.
All right, as we bring you on Thursdays, time now to see how well the Wild know each other. A little game show segment we call Two in the Box. Here's your host, Dave Schwartz.
Back with the two most interesting men in the world of Wild hockey, Devin Dubnyk, Darcy Kemper. Doobie says, are you already accepting a loss?
I've accepted a loss.
All right, well, let's...
This guy's weird. I'm not going to know.
Darcy Kemper was a star basketball player in his high school. Star basketball player.
Okay, well, it's false. I don't care if he says it's true. Kemps is the best goalie / worst athlete I've ever seen.
He's never seen me on the court. The answer is obviously true.
Oh my God.
Is the team's best ping pong player.
What? This guy just self-proclaimed that he's good at everything?
Well, no, he didn't.
False.
This one's false.
Yeah, good. That's nice of you. That's humble of you.
He wears number 35 because he's a big fan of Mike Richter.
I thought you were going to ask me if he wears number 35.
We'll make it a little harder than that.
Did you feel that bad for me? True.
That's true. Yeah, there you go.
I got one.
I can't wait to see where this one goes. Darcy Kemper was the valedictorian of his high school class.
Well, there's a lot of things I could say right now. I'm going to say true.
It's false.
Well, that makes a lot more sense.
Where did you finish in your class?
Actually, not bad. It was a big class. It's like 400
Like
kids
you
in my
don't
class.
show up for math and you got 90 anyway, kind of top 100. Doobie's a card. Oh, I'm not supposed to say cards. All right, that's sports. KARE 11 News back after this.
Before we go, a holiday celebration on Minnesota's railways. Take a look. The Canadian Pacific holiday train made a stop in Cottage Grove to a waiting crowd tonight. Families were asked to bring non-perishable food donations for local food banks. Then they were treated to a concert and festive performance. Lots of folks out there tonight. Holiday train makes a stop at the Union Depot tomorrow night. Not a bad night to be outside doing something like that.
Matt Passel said there was just
Ton of
tons of people
Yeah.
out there enjoying this
Yeah.
mild night.
Yeah.
That's one good thing about the mild night. Let's take a look at the next 7 days. When it's all said and done on Sunday, we won't have 10 days in a row in the 90s, but we will have 9. I just counted. I just was curious. Bottom line is we do have that rain on Sunday here in the metro, a little bit of a mix up north. Then next week, winter. Well, a little taste of it comes back, and we have some light snow on Tuesday, Wednesday, and actually Thursday of next week.
What a bummer the Vikings lose that.
Oh my gosh.
That's
I know.
just a bummer.
All right,
Kick the ball.
2 home games in a row. We're good. They're good.
Sunrise
Not
at
wait.
4:30. We're back tomorrow. See you then.